What up, America? It's your boy Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Kid Thunder. Father Michael Pfleger of St. Sabina Church on the south side of Chicago was talking about he was going to have, you know, have a protest or something like that. That is low key. That will. He was talking about shutting down the Dan Ryan Express, the northbound lanes of the Dan Ryan Expressway, which is a public highway, by the way. He was talking about shutting it down on this Saturday, July 7th, to protest on gun violence that goes on in the city throughout that point on. I think this is a bad move right here because why? For one thing, he's talking about being on a public highway that is going to do lots of damage. Now, for one thing, a lot of people who are either a lot of people travel, go on that highway, not just on the weekdays during rush periods, but they go on the weekends too. Say, for instance, like if you're in the trucking industry, you would have to drive down that highway just to follow your route. But Father Pfleger basically want to, have a talk about protesting on that highway, just shutting down completely the northbound lanes of it. And the second issue is that, they even explained it that it was going to have like 200 police officers from each area they patrol the neighborhoods in. I mean, which literally, by the way, that's the area where all the crime are really happening. Here's my take on it. Father Pfleger, while I was living in Chicago, I had lots of respect for you. But what are you doing? What you're doing is pretty idiotic. You don't need to be on a public highway, so you can protest on whatever cause that you're against. Okay? You could do it in a specific area of the neighborhood, not a highway, especially a public highway. That's dangerous, and literally that's against the law. Okay? Especially when millions of people travel on the public highways like every single day. And Father Pfleger, my same amount of respect for you pretty much has dwindled because literally, when I was a former Chicagoan, you really never spoke for me whatsoever. Okay? I lived in the Roseland area. My house was broken into, and we had an old car that got stolen, not, in our neighborhood before. Okay? So, the thought of you trying to protest on this sort of act, is pretty, and trying to do it on a public highway, it's not going to work. Believe me, it is not going to work. And that is what I have to say. I think this sort of a thing is really idiotic, especially when you're talking about protesting on a public highway. Now, let me say this once for all. I got nothing against protesting. Protesting. Granted, we live in the United States of America, and we have the right to free speech. But protesting on a public highway is stupid, and literally, it's against the law, especially when millions of people go through the highway every single day. I'm Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Kid Thunder. I'm signing the hell off. Holla at your boy. What do you think about this Please like, share, favor, subscribe, you know, and have a happy 4th of July. I'm signing off. Take care. Boom.